Well, we are a half hour into Mr. Styles and Louie's bonding. Everything seems to be going amazingly. There's like no aggression whatsoever, minus the typical male behavior, which is kind of like rumble strutting, kind of doing circles, humping, the casual, normal stuff. For the first time in my life, we might have a successful male bond, which would be insane. Hi, Louie. You happy to have a friend now? Mr. Styles is nice, isn't he? You're a good boy, too. You're very calm. They're on their best behavior, guys. Both of them. They're just so good. I mean, looking at them, you can tell just how sweet they are, especially this boy right here. Like, he's just got such a calm and sweet energy to him. I was a little concerned about Mr. Styles because I wasn't really sure how he was going to react, but he was a submissive one when Leon was living with him. So I really do think their personalities is just making this work right now. I am so happy to see this. Let's go ahead and expedite this process a little bit, and we're gonna move in some bunk beds. We're gonna give them some toys. We're gonna see what they do with some actual cage items inside of here and how they share some more stuff. Probably has been one of the easiest bonds I have ever done. A lot of my bonds have gone easy with my males and females, but 2 males this easy, like this is unheard of. I feel like I've hit the lottery. Going into this, I was very hesitant and very nervous just because with males, they tend to just have bigger personalities than females. But the only thing kind of making me feel better was just having Louie be a skinny pig, which they're notoriously known to be just calmer and just chiller piggies. So that was kind of the glue that was holding this together. And honestly, it has worked in our favor because Louie is a sweetheart. This bonding was really going to dictate whether or not I was 100% going to keep him. Obviously, it would have been hard to rehome him, but I do have to look out for Mr. Styles. He was my main concern. And the only reason why I got Louie was because I needed to find Mr. Styles a friend. This working out right now is making me so happy. All these items are fresh, they're new, they don't have the scent of other piggies on them, so they're all completely neutral. Look, there's a crazy hay ball in there. Your friend has it now, your new friend. Oh, yum. It's so good that they can actually share as well. They're doing so good. So this, I feel, is the true test, just because in this process of adding things to the cage, I'm kind of making it feel like home to them, and it'll basically emulate when I actually move them into their actual cage in the pig room. So this is going to help us kind of figure out if they are okay with having things in the cage. They were sharing the toy pretty easily and they're still doing it, if you guys can see. So no issues there so far, which is really good. They're doing pretty good, you guys. It is very important though when it comes to male guinea pigs to have 2 of everything, just because naturally, even if they do get along, they are going to get territorial. So having 2 of something is going to keep that peace. So I'll go ahead and add these into the cage, do them side by side. And then I also have a Timothy O and a Timothy crown, which we'll put in here. Just again, some things for them to do and share, see how they like them. Well, from the looks of it, it seems like they are really enjoying themselves a little too much. As you guys can see, they go crazy over the pig room toys. Mr. Louie has not a care in the world. I mean, he hasn't been with me for that long, but he's already so comfortable. I mean, even from day one, he was such a chill and relaxed piggy. Is that Yummies? Hi, bud. Hello. Are you happy to have a new friend with you now? You're not as lonely anymore. You got some company. You like your bunk bed? Yeah? Mr. Styles was living in a 3x4 before, and it was 12 square feet. But because we now have 2 pigs and also 2 boys, which require more space, we're going to be extending this cage to be bigger. So we're going to go from a 3x4 to a 3x6, which is going to stop right there. We'll get all this extra room, which is going to be plenty. We'll take this out. I'm going to give under here a quick vacuum because there's some hay that actually is kind of fallen behind there. Welcome to the underside of my cage. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this paper towel and literally just wipe all of these grids. Super important when you're actually bringing
your newly bonded piggies into their cage, that it's neutral and well sanitized. Just to be extra cautious, I'm gonna actually sanitize the floor as well. The smell of vinegar also kind of neutralizes the smell as well, so this will help out when they actually move into the cage. Louis has actually lived in a pet store cage for the last 2.5 years of his life. And then Styles has lived in a pet store cage for a really bad one actually, for about 3 years of his life, and with me for about 2 years in the more appropriate size cage. So it'll be nice for Louis to experience a much bigger cage, and then also for Styles to have a friend back. So they both kind of get something from this. We are all nice and clean. Now we can actually go ahead and construct our coroplast base together. Oh my God. Ow, that did not feel good. What did I even hit it on? Oh, not me getting a concussion while building a guinea pig cage. All right, I'm alive. That just slides in nicely like that. Coroplast base is now all in, sanitized, it's clean. Now we can go ahead and move on to the fun part, which is decorating the cage. All of these toys were in Mr. Styles' cage previously, but because they are covered in this scent and I want to make sure that the space is nice and neutral, we are actually going to toss these away. It is unfortunate because they are fairly new and also not really played with that much, but I do not want to take any risks, so I have to do it, and we'll give them some fresh new toys. When it comes to newly bonded pigs, I always want to make sure that the space is really open, just so that way they don't corner each other into anything. So I'm not doing any hides that have one hole entrances. That's why I love our jumbo piggy bunk beds, because they're super great to have for newly bonded pigs. They can just enter and exit through a bunch of ways, so those are super good. I'll go ahead and put some hay into their litter box, and then we'll throw in their toys. Cage is all set up. I did have to put this support beam because it actually holds up this upper cage right here, because it kind of bows down a little bit and bounces when the piggies run. But for the most part, it's pretty open, which I love. It is huge, guys. It's a 3x6. They have 18 square feet, which is such a big cage. I'll give you guys a quick little piggy cage tour. So we've got them on my fleece liner, which is a product hopefully coming soon. I've been using it for like months now. It is so freaking good. I do not have enough good things to say about it. It is amazing. We of course have our mega pig mats. We've got our piggy canopy. We've got our hay tent with a pig mat inside, so it's nice and cozy. Of course, we have 2 water bottles so they don't have to share one. The most amazing piggy litter box, which you can find on our website. It is so good and holds up to 4 piggies. Of course, we got some toys for them to play with. And then on this side, we kind of have their sleeping quarters, which is their piggy bunk beds, which I can guarantee they're probably going to be hanging out in this section the most. So that is our new setup for our newly bonded boys. I am so excited to move them into here. So let's go ahead and grab them from the bonding pen and see what they think of their new cage. The boys are in. I just put them in like 2 seconds ago, so they're doing some exploring now. So in this time now, the most important part when you move newly bonded piggies into the cage is to monitor them. You want to make sure that they're still getting along, that no fights break out, that they're not getting rowdy. A little bit of dominance is pretty normal just because they're in a new space, so they kind of have to establish that all over again. But as you guys had saw from the bonding session, these boys were both pretty submissive for the most part, so I don't think we'll have a lot of that, but I will stay in here with them for a little bit of time just to make sure they are getting along. What do you think, Louis? Look at your litter box. So Louis was living in a 2x4 before, and then before he was living in a pet store cage. So he is experiencing a huge cage for the first time in his life. So I'm so happy for him. Now, it may be a little overkill. I won't lie to you guys. I mean, this is like a huge cage, so I know it's not the most practical and is something that's not as accessible for everyone to do, but I can tell you guys what, if you can provide a cage this big, I highly suggest you do it, because your guinea pigs will be so freaking happy. I mean, they have so much room to run around. You can fill the cage with so many fun items. I'm still a little little shocked, guys. I still cannot believe that these boys actually ended up successfully bonding. This is the first time in my life when I've had two of my males actually get along. I have been through the trenches when it comes to male bondings. Like, none of them have ever worked on me. So this is quite a change for me. I was almost under the impression that it was near impossible to bond male guinea pigs with each other, but I stand corrected because these two have been living proof. Just the fact that they can share with each other, munch down on hay, and get close to each other without getting annoyed is such a good sign. Dare I say, this bond actually seems to be a little bit more healthy than what it was between Mr. Styles and Leon. Leon was definitely a little bit more dominant, and Mr. Styles kind of always had to be on edge because he was getting chased and nipped and humped almost daily. So now he can kind of let his guard down and just be cool with his new cage mate, which I think he's going to enjoy. They look so good with each other too. Like, all the colors in the cage with their skin tones and their fur tones, they look so stinking cute. Louie, are you happy to have your new friend? Mr. Styles, are you happy to have your new friend? Oh my goodness, guys, this makes me so happy. I was so concerned wasn't gonna find a new friend for Mr. Styles or it just wouldn't work out. So the fact that this is happening right now and I am witnessing these two getting along with each other and becoming friends makes me so happy. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me along this journey of finding Mr. Styles a new friend. And also, this is a chapter closed for Louie as well because he has a new friend. Our boys are now living here in the pig room officially in their brand new setup. I cannot wait to start filming more videos and also give you tons of updates. If you guys enjoyed, give it a like for Mr. Styles and Louie, subscribe for more videos every single week. And until then, I hope you and your piggies are happy, safe, and healthy. Bye, guys.